All right, everybody, sorry about that. We're live. This is your producer, Big John Haver from TechHoller.com. To my right, I got Big Tony L. I'm one of our main hosts. To our left, Don Wolf Montgomery. This is the Appalachia Connection podcast, shot down here at the famous Farmhouse Diner. We're on everything now, ladies and gentlemen. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook groups. We're on Spotify. We're on we're on everything right now. Everything. And we might be going on something else. Well, we ain't going to announce it just yet because it ain't official yet. But that'd be big too. Yeah. But yeah, we're all on everything. So big TikTok.
It'll be huge.
It's huge.
How y'all doing tonight? Glad you could tune in.
How's everybody tonight?
Yeah, let us know.
Out there doing good. We got a little rain going on here.
We are on everything. I'm telling you, everything right now.
TikTok.
Let us know how everything's going. We are we're live over on the Farmhouse Diner. We're on my page, I think, too. We're on the Appalachia Connection group. If you got any questions, comments, let us know how we sound. Tony, what do you got tonight?
Well, of course, I want to thank our sponsors right quick. Tracked Outdoors, Jay Howard. You can visit him over on YouTube. Creekside Stitching and Feed, TechHoller.com. That's my big man.
John. That's the main man.
You can do it. The main man, John, can fix your technical issues. Granny Made Cheesecake, of course, some of the best sweets in town. The Farmhouse Diner, where we're at here. Kentucky Florals down at the Peddlers Mall. They got awesome things down at the Peddlers Mall. If you ain't never been, you need to go check it out here local. It's awesome. And then, of course, we've got some giveaways tonight. We're going to give away a $25 gift card, $25 store credit at Creekside Stitching and More, and then a Farmhouse Appalachian Connection T-shirt.
Big.
Those T-shirts should be here tomorrow or this weekend. These T-shirts we have.
They're good.
We'll have
I've already washed
sizes.
mine. They don't shrink.
Well, we got that.
And Don's washed his
too.
He's washed his, and it don't shrink. And we got hats, guys. We're going to have a bunch of merchandise that'll be posted up on the Farmhouse page within the next couple of days, I think. So got a lot going on down here. Oh, the big thing tonight.
Oh,
we have some pig's feet, and we're going to eat them.
We're going to try to eat them. And we've got some head cheese, hog head
cheese.
We got our buckets.
We got our buckets. Yeah. We got some sardines, and so help me God, I dread the sardines worse than I do the pig's feet.
Well, I dread it all. I took about every kind of stomach medication known to man before I came up here.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, I'm going to give me some Pepto.
Yeah.
Pepto-Bismol.
Shout out to our main man, Jesus Christ, for everything he does for us.
Yeah, we wouldn't be here without him.
That's right. Got to get that in there.
Amen.
We're all glad you all join us here tonight. We'll try to do something stupid,
Them pig's feet, I dread them worse.
Oh, the pig's feet's going to be bad, Bulls. I'm dreading it.
What you got first tonight, Joe?
Got to eat pig's feet.
Oh, well, we're having all kinds of events down here at the Farmhouse Diner. Tonight we got the podcast. Tomorrow we got the music, the banjos and beyond. And Saturday we're doing the Appalachia trading card game and board game down here at the farmhouse down there at 6 o'clock. So that'd be fun if anybody's around Magoffin County want to come play some board games or whatever.
Neighboring counties,
yeah, neighboring counties, whatever. But we're going to meet down here about 6 o'clock and meet some nerdy people. And if you're not part of the group, and you're new and you've never played a game, I'm going to give you a free pack of cards, and it has a chance to hit a $70 or $80 card in it. They don't have bubble gum in it.
No, I don't want them.
The Bazooka Joes?
Yeah.
Got free
baseball
coffee.
cards.
The old school bubblegum cards.
Yeah.
What's that?
I remember
Are they
those.
pickled feet? Yes, they are pickled feet. I can't tell who's
No.
It just says Facebook user.
They're actually not.
They're not pickled?
They are just
Oh.
raw hogs.
We couldn't find the pickle.
We couldn't find the pickles, so we just cooked them.
Cooked them, brother, and
we're
going
going
to.
to far out.
We're going to gnaw.
Scalded them. We put a scald on them.
We're going to gnaw on them babies.
Oh God,
Brother.
I dread it worse than the plague, but we're going to do it.
If you guys could go ahead and like and share wherever you're watching this at, that would be great. We got 25 viewers on the Farmhouse Diner page, and we got I don't know how many on the other ones. We're kind of spread out everywhere right now.
Yeah, the famous Farmhouse Diner and
famous.
Pizzeria.
Pizzeria, I like that. That sounds Italian.
Well, you know, a pizza is Italian.
Pizza is Italian. Yeah.
Pizza is, yeah.
First pizza that came in this country was when I was about a senior in high school, about 72. It's called Bella Joe's out on 114, and I'd never ate pizza before then. And I've seen right away I was aiming to like it, you know.
I don't know what the first pizza I ever ate was.
I can't remember. I remember Bella Joe's. It was a big thing. It's where everybody, you know, if you had enough money to have a birthday party, which nobody really did back then, but
Well, that was the newer building.
yeah, that was the one up on the Parkway
114
Drive there,
on the straight stretch where we used to drag race every
Yeah.
night up there.
Yeah.
So that's one of those businesses that has come and gone in Magoffin County. Don touched on a good topic.
Yes.
That is a good topic.
We
The business
drag raced
that's come
up
and gone.
there on the weekends, and
What was your racing, Don?
I had a 1966 Chevy Impala Super Sport.
Oh, man.
427, 4-speed. It was ungodly fast.
Actually,
Do you wish you still had that car?
Yes.
actually, kind of a family car, but with the big motor. I mean, wasn't it bigger than like a Chevelle? It was like the family car version.
Yeah, it was a full size.
Well, you had correct me. You know, you had the Nova.
That
then
was
the
the
Chevelle,
compact, and then the
then the
Chevelle was
Impala,
the intermediate, they
and then
called
the
it.
Corvette, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was what Chevrolet
Sports
had
car.
out then, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you know, it used to be up until about, I'll say 62 maybe, before they started having different models. Like if you had a 57 Ford, I mean, that's all you had.
Yeah.
You did, and then they started making
Yeah.
the Falcons and the, sub models like the Corvair Chevrolet and the Nova Chevy too. But it used to be if you just had a Ford, it's just one.
What was the fastest stock car you've ever seen driven or driven? I mean, I had a personal experience with.
Stock car.
Well, it probably, no doubt, is probably a 426 engine Hemi Cuda,
Hemi
about a
Cuda.
70 model.
Can't go wrong with the Hemi.
No,
Can't go wrong with
it
the
was,
Hemi.
yeah.
Guys, we got a topic here. What did we do before we had the internet?
Oh, man.
What did we do?
I'm going to be the hardest one to know about that because I got the internet like in 98, so I was like 11 or 12. So I've been with the internet since about 10 years
You got
old.
internet in 1998.
Yeah.
Is that when it come out?
Yeah.
96, 98.
Dial-up?
Yeah.
I remember the dial-up.
But
I don't
you-
guess I had no internet. I don't
Well,
had a computer.
there was the internet boom in 1995.
Right.
Yeah.
So Magoffin County naturally slow getting to stuff.
I'll tell you what we did was just, I was young enough, of course, to do things. We played ball, played a lot of cards, just got together and talked and,
Visited people.
partied and things.
Oh, yeah, a lot of visiting.
Partied a lot. People's houses, but we don't get into that.
Party. Comment out there if you remember a time when you didn't look around the house
What?
and everybody was on their phone.
But that's a good topic you bring up today because AT&T had a big outage today. Like 50% of their users.
That on the news.
Well, John,
what cause something?
I don't know. Somebody said it was a solar flare that happened at 3:00 in the morning, but I don't know.
It's probably, if the truth is known, it's probably sabotage from Russia or something like that.
Probably that.
John, you would know more about that than anything, but how close are we from, like, if something happened that the whole country would shut down, like power grids and AT&T? I mean, could that
I think
happen
people
pretty easy?
freak out more about it because they're so reliant on their cell phones now. But a lot of people you could still get on the internet and talk to people. You know what I mean?
Oh, even if you didn't have cell phones.
Yeah, it was just AT&T cell phone service. Everybody that had AT&T freaking out.
How close are we, though, to how easy would that be to do? To shut the power grids down?
I don't know.
Somebody hack in, or just could it be that easy?
What was the state that the power went out? Was it Texas? And they all freaked out for a while.
I think sometimes they overload. You know, in the summertime, sometimes the electrical circuit overload and everybody's electric will kick off because everybody's running their air conditioner.
Yeah.
So I think it overloads sometimes.
Yeah.
I really do.
I even though I love technology and stuff, I think I'm one of those people that could still live without a cell phone because I've done it for a while. Like people don't think I can because I didn't have one until like I was a sophomore in college.
You know the difference in now and then? When you want to see somebody, you walk down the road and visit them. You sit on the front porch. You killed flies with them. You swatted. That's what everybody done back in the day. For some reason, in the summertime, when you were sitting on the front porch, you swatted flies.
Well, you had to. You know, as a hobby too. You
sat and you swatted flies. You know.
And then you get on like party lines, like I had. 4 different people, and all vying for a phone. And everybody listened to each other. That was interesting.
Well, that brings up one of my topics I wrote down myself is how dating was when we was in high school. And Don was in high school. How different?
I'll tell you how it was for me. It was sad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like how you had to call girls or anything.
Nobody would talk to me, John.
I don't believe that, Tom.
And listen, here's the thing. I'd call them and they was always washing their hair.
Well, yeah.
Uh-oh.
What does that mean? When you call over and over and they say, I'm washing my hair. I got to wash my hair. I got to wash my hair. And I'm thinking, well, they're just keeping their hair clean.
I always considered you a very whackable person, a very approachable person.
I'd rather not even talk about it.
You're a very approachable person.
Listen, it hurts to this day. When I think about dating back then,
I don't believe that. First off, so there you go with that.
No, I'm talking about like whenever you had to call a girl. Like everybody has a cell phone now, so even if you go out in modern days, because I've done modern dating, you don't even get a girl's cell phone number.
I'll tell you what's worse.
You get their Snapchat. They're afraid to give their cell phone numbers to you.
To them, look them in the eye, and ask them to go out to eat with you, and them tell you no. Now that'll make a man out.
See, guys don't have to do that now.
And here's another thing: when I was dating, when you pulled into the driveway to pick a girl up, you was going to go knock on the door and speak to her parents, or she wasn't coming out. And that's just plain and simple the way it was.
So when you called the girl back when me and Tony was, our age dating, like in high school or something, if you called, you talked probably to their brother, their sister, their mom, or whoever picked up the phone first.
Girls on dates and had to take their brother and sister.
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal. Back in my day, you couldn't girls weren't allowed to get out. And you either had to go to their house or you had a friend that was their cousin or something, and they'd get them out and bring them to the show building, and have a rendezvous, like that. But and then a lot of people didn't even have phones. I mean,
I think the phones have completely consumed us, and I think they've changed the way we date.
It does.
The way we communicate.
But I'll tell you a story about my daughters, like in the 90s. When they was
that was my day.
Teenagers in the 90s, and when they got old enough to have vehicles, and I worked so much, they was good girls, but I'd say, where are you going? Me and so we're going out on a date. I said, where's he at?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to pick him up. I'm going to pick him up. I said, when did that change?
So she had to go pick him up.
Yeah, that was unheard of back in my day. And I still can't grasp it, I still don't like that.
I can honestly say that on a first date.
And then she'd say, "Oh, ain't no big deal. Everybody does that." And I said, "No, I don't like that."
I've never had a girl pick me up on a first date.
I've never had a girl pick me up.
The first date. I mean, I'm just saying.
The only time a girl ever drove me is when I ought not have been driving.
I think my girl said. Said the boys is all afraid of me. They're afraid to come over. They use that for an excuse.
I'll tell you what. I pulled a girl's driveway one time. Son sat in the truck. I sat there for about 30 minutes. She knew I was coming. I sat there and sat there and sat there. And finally, I went and knocked on the door. Her dad answered the door. He said, "Son, listen, you was going to sit there till daylight." He said,
Unless you
if you didn't come and knock on the door like a man, and he said, "Walk her out to the vehicle." I said, "Well,
I should have done that." And looking back, I should have done that too. I should have been that way.
Back in Tony's days of dating, everyone went to the plaza. See, the plaza was gone before I
the
made it
plaza
that
was
way.
big in my day. Oh, say the plaza.
The plaza.
Well, let me give you. Who said that?
Jennifer Lovely Markham.
Yeah. Hey, Jennifer. The plaza. Let me tell you how that worked. You cruised around the plaza.
I remember cruising, but
They come this way, and you went yan way. And then if you seen something that suited you, maybe, you locked up. Right there you met. Well, then you made the connection right there. And what you had to do was say, "Hey, you want to ride around with me a while?"
Yeah.
And if they said, "Yeah," then you pulled in, you parked. They got it. They parked their vehicle. They got in with you, and you went on a cruise.
Well,
so what was the music of
we
choice?
just cruised around town.
The music of choice. Now, I never did listen to no foolish music. So, I mean, the music of choice would have been probably in that day for me something Bob Seger, something Southern rock.
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner, Bob
The girls
Seger.
never did get in your truck and want to play whatever they wanted.
They have, yeah. It's happened. But I always thought it was kind of rude, to get in a man's truck and go to messing with the radio.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Well,
you don't do that.
We cruised from the Frozen Custard, which was up on Old 40, and past the Alamo Theater, which was downtown.
The Alamo Theater.
That was the ultimate stop when you got through cruising, hopefully, and up on the Parkway. And Parkway, it weren't here till about 63. And so it's fairly new, and 9 years later, when I was running around, and they had a little place up there called Scotty's up on the Parkway, and we'd cruise from there just back and forth all evening, all night. Hopefully you'd end up somebody and go to the theater, and
Well, no, we did that too. Most of the time on our first date, if you were going on a date, you were going over to Paintsville. They had a movie theater over in Paintsville. Then you go to Paintsville and watch a movie.
and then we had
that.
drive-ins,
Paintsville
man.
and Arby's was
drive-in
like the
movies.
date.
If you wanted to go to a drive-in, in my day, you had to drive to Stanton. That was the only one left in Stanton.
Yeah, we had one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Prestonsburg, Paintsville, West Liberty, Jackson.
Yep. I think my wife's grandmother ran the one
We had
in
a public
Paintsville.
parking area where
That was
everyone would hang
big.
out.
The drive-in movies was huge ever since the 50s. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
that was the place to be.
I like drive-in movies. I wish that was still around. They
Oh,
ain't
drive-in's awesome. I went to one in Indiana one time and with a girl. And this was the old school one when you had to bring the speaker out and you clip the speaker on the side where you could hear the movie. Now some of them, when they got later on advanced, you could tune the radio station in.
I remember
this
the
was
speaker.
one of the old school one. I got preoccupied and drove off with the speaker.
I've seen people.
Yeah, I ripped it.
I've seen people jerk their windows out of their cars. I promise I have.
Hey,
Oh, Lord,
Take the
that
wind
was-
out.
It happens.
It was fun. That's all I know.
here we go.
It was really fun.
I've heard of people driving off at the gas station and having the
Oh, I've seen
there.
people do that. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm all the time afraid I'm gonna forget something anymore. I forget stuff. I forget what I'm doing, where I'm going.
Don't even start about talking about getting old. Don't even start on that. I tell you what, I just got thinking the other day about. I went to the doctor and it just hit me. When you get my age, it's like all we talk about. People I get together with is what's wrong with us, how much medication we take, and you go to the doctor, and you got to learn these new words. I found that out. It's like a new questions. Have you fallen in the last 2 weeks?
Have you fallen? The last 2 weeks?
And do you have trouble crossing the street? And I'm thinking, well, I don't know. And so the other day, I'm going to tell you this. It's true. I mean, it's crazy. I was down there at the hole in the wall. We call it Jeff's Furniture, and I said, I was going over to the community center to maybe eat about, and I said, I'm going to see if I have a problem crossing the street because, it's on the street I had. Yeah. So I get out there and I'm thinking, I ain't going to have no problem here, And I'll get out there and I look both ways. Here comes a vehicle way down yonder. And I'm thinking, well, my back's hurting, and my feet already. And I'm thinking, well, I'll just wait, And I've lost my judgment. I've lost my, and it just hit me. I'm having trouble crossing the street. I mean, that was big. It hit me hard,
So stuff like that can throw you off. I tell you, I've lost all this weight, I'm on all the shots, and this and that, and I've lost all this weight. And I'd be walking downhill, And I guess I'm used to pushing so hard to hold back the weight I had.
Yeah.
And now I'm just pushing into nothing, and it's like my upper body's just tipping over. It's the craziest feeling.
That's just been a shock to me. This getting older is just unreal. And they say you have trouble dressing yourself, or you're having trouble in bed. You know what I mean? Yes, I'm having trouble sleeping 2 hours without having to get up and use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's awful. I'm just going to answer yes to everything. If you're,
Just check off.
Are you pregnant? Yes. You know.
This when they say, wait a minute now, before you ask me all these questions, let me tell you I'm in terrible shape. Critical condition.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Would it be easier to tell them what's not going on?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've just got to I'm getting used to this stuff. These new questions and words. And
Yeah.
What about the bifocals? You know, I know you're there, and I'm getting there.
I can't wear them. I can't hardly walk without a glass, let alone something that makes me dizzy, you know.
Well, guys, that brings us to our hillbilly slang words of the day.
Yeah.
I've got one, and Don's got one, and mine's going to be fixing.
Fixing.
Now, use it in a sentence. If you don't quit, you're fixing to get in trouble.
Yeah, there you
Fixing.
go.
And the other word of it would be, now, nobody from away from here would ever ask you, what are you fixing for supper?
Right, that's perfect.
Nobody ever away from here would ever ask you that. They'd say,
No.
what are you making for supper?
Yeah.
Make you for supper.
Well, you brought up another good thing. Is it supper or dinner? Everybody calls it dinner now.
Well, it's supper to me.
Now,
Yeah, supper.
dinner is in the
I say
midday
dinner
for me.
too.
But we're going out to dinner. Everybody, it's of a night.
Yeah.
But I don't give on that. It's supper time.
It's supper time, supper time.
I ain't
And
gonna
listen, supper time tonight, oh dear God, it's hog's feet, and I dread it worse.
Oh, man.
I dread it.
Don, what's your word? You had one too.
You got a word, Don?
Nubbin.
Nubbin.
Anybody know what nubbin?
You know what it is,
A
John?
nubbin is?
Like a nub?
A nubbin?
Yeah, the same concept. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same concept. Or you say, you know, you out there, you're scrubbing on something with a brush, and and your daddy come out there and son, you wore that to the nubbin. You know, same concept.
I thought it was a Appalachian word, which it is, but I just looked it up a while ago. It's actually a word.
Nubbin is?
It's first used in 1692.
1696.
1692.
It's actually it mostly used for a stunted ear of corn or a short, anything like, you know.
So it would make sense the way we used it here, talking about like an
Anything-
arm or like
short or you know, stunted or you get nubbins
nubbin.
of corn. We used to call it nubbins, like you'd cut off off your corn maybe that long, still have the corn on it, and you feed it to the livestock, you know,
the hogs,
Yeah.
mostly what
Instead
we're
of-
fixing to eat.
and a horse or a mule, you know, a nubbin.
I'm dreading it.
Have you ever had pig's feet?
No, I have not had pig's feet,
Have you had
folks.
souse meat?
No,
Have you eat a sardine?
no.
Oh God!
It's about to be a puking rally over here.
I'll be honest with
I've
you.
never ate these pig's feet like you're
If you
fixing.
will let me not eat the sardine, I'll take 2 bites of the pig's feet and eat a whole piece of souse meat.
But I wouldn't do that for you. You better just swallow the little fishies and go on.
Like Lee's, yeah. Man. Ooh. Lee's chicken. Is it like Lee's chicken?
What?
The sow's feet.
Souse meat? No, souse meat ain't that bad. I've never eat the pig's feet. I'd never eat that. I don't know what that's going to be.
Feed the milk cows nubbins.
Yep.
Nubbin of corn.
Yep.
Judy Drive-In Mount Sterling still operating. Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. Good deal.
Probably Bass Lake. What the heck does John eat? Doritos. No.
We've opened
Tacos.
John's eyes to a whole new world here. And listen, like I said, I said this last week and I'll say it again, none of this would be possible without John. He's got a skill that is vital to live today. None of this would be possible without him. We appreciate him. If you guys need any kind of technical work or advice or help, look him up, techholler.com. He's a genius on this stuff. And me and Don, well, listen, I'll tell you the truth about it. The reason we was late tonight, Don was trying to get Don on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to get Don on Facebook.
can I
Well,
tell you?
it took me a minute to transition
I don't
over.
care. I don't care. They can,
Oh, Lord.
well, I got a lot of friends. Help me out. I can't even get
But guys, listen, we're on everything. The website, www.appalachiaconnection.com, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify. We're on Apple iTunes now. We're literally on we're on the internet.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
you know, we appreciate you guys. If it weren't for you all, we'd be at the
Yeah.
house.
I do want to shout out our
Go ahead.
our super fan Marsha Williams, and she says something here. Daddy Lebron Allen used to open a jar of pickled pig's feet and eat whole jar with crackers and milk.
I'd rather have them pickled. They just cooked tonight, Marshall. These ain't even pickled.
We couldn't find
Bluegrass State. Where does it come from? Out in central Kentucky in the Lexington region.
Yeah.
I think it's the Knobs region, if I'm going to be scientifically correct. This is the eastern region, the Appalachian Mountain region. Then you've got the Knobs region. But once you go west of Stanton, they ain't no mountains.
No.
But anyway, the bluegrass region is a type of grass that grows out there with a bluish tint.
Absolutely.
And they call it bluegrass, and that's where that's where all the horse farms are and all that beautiful stuff. And that's the reason the state got its name.
I think you're right.
It's everywhere now. Like, you can just get bluegrass and plant it.
All right, I'm going to run through gardening right quick because a lot of people's been asking about it. And I'll let Don go through it too. If you want sugar snap peas, you should already have them planted. You already planted your sugar snap peas on Valentine's Day. Your cold weather crop. Your lettuce bed ought to be out. You can wait another week or so, but I wouldn't wait much past that. Of course, it thundered in February, so you can bet your bottom dollar it'll frost in May. Best time to start your warm weather crop after May 10th. It never hardly frosts after May 10th. So if I was going to do it, I'd get my spot tilled. I'd take my hoe. I'd make every row the length of my hoe. That's perfect size for a tiller, except my pickle patch. My pickles are going to spread.
Which is a cucumber.
My cucumbers are going to spread.
They're not pickles until they're cucumbers.
I'm going to use two whole lengths. I'm going to use 2 whole lengths from a pickle patch. 2 whole lengths so I can get the tiller through. All right. I'm going to line it with 2 backer sticks and a piece of twine.
I don't think he's ever raised a garden.
And I'm going to eyeball it and line it
Don't
that
sound
way.
like it.
And then from my beans, I'm going to run me 2 fence posts and a whole thing of woven wire all the way down my beans, so my beans can climb up that woven wire and they're easier to pick that way. That's my garden.
Harold has got like a halo. I mean, he's got like this with the beans.
Yeah.
My brother, he's a gardener beyond. And Marcia, the bluegrass music was named after the bluegrass in the state.
Bill Monroe was from out in that part of Kentucky, and they called him the
other way around.
Bluegrass music.
Yeah. But the gardening, I can grow anything on a rock. I just always could. Some people struggle. I can just throw it out there, you know. And
somebody mentioned your topic you wanted to talk about, Don, about the spacecraft landing on the moon.
Oh yeah, it's already landed. I reckon it's supposed to be at 5:30 or something. I think it's unmanned, but who knows? I don't think there's ever been a man on the moon. That's just me.
You don't think so?
No.
I talked to the man.
It's crazy. 1969, you couldn't get a car to run town back. How they going to the moon? That's crazy.
Well, you was the only one alive to see it, old man. So.
I'm telling you. Hey, I couldn't get my car to go town back without working on it.
I think it's funny that we have more technology now and we've not put nobody on the moon than
That's what I say, John.
It's crazy.
It's a conspiracy.
They done it with less than a Nintendo.
It was a hoax.
Like memory and everything. Like less than a regular Nintendo, Tom.
I know I'm not by myself that thinks there's nobody been on the moon. Come on, I want to hear it.
There is lots of non-moon.
Well, I use all the one around. I mean, you got a better insight than any of the rest of us. I mean, me and John, I don't know.
I just believe what I believe.
Then they say that the flag wouldn't be waving
because there won't be no
wind.
I've seen all that, but now
I've heard it all.
There's some out there that tell you the Earth's flat too. You know, everybody's got a conspiracy for everything.
Rachel says, I don't think we went in 1969 either. It was filmed in aircraft hangars.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Who knows?
It's too dark. The background's too dark. There's no
I agree
stars
with Don.
or anything. You know, it's
That's
just like
true,
right there,
Don.
50 feet away from it's a black curtain. I mean,
I had to see you boys had a good time last weekend. I can't see your name, but I'm seeing you guys comment.
I've never eaten a plum granny. But I do know what they are.
What is a plum granny?
Well, it's a plant, and it's like a little. I want to say a melon that grows on a plant, like the fruit of a plant. And it's got a real good fragrance, I think, if I remember right. It's kind of like a honeysuckle, but it's in it like a melon form. But I have sucked honeysuckle now, but I've never eaten a plum granny, but I've seen them.
I used to use it for deodorant, underarm deodorant.
Plum grannies?
You probably did back then. They had
kept one in my pocket.
But I do know what they are.
Yeah. Guys, if you're having fun, be sure to like and share this. We greatly appreciate it. And like I said, we're on literally everything right now. Is Area 52 real, Don?
Who knows? I don't even comment.
Yeah, there's aliens. Well, Lord, yeah, you know there's aliens. I think we're all aliens.
I think Area 52 is real. I don't know about aliens.
I don't know. I don't even want to comment on I don't even want to comment on that because it's top secret government stuff, and I don't want no part of it. All right.
Then we come to the farmhouse.
Is tobacco still grown in Kentucky? Yes. Not here.
Not like it used to be.
No, nowhere near on the level that it used to be. I don't even think there's a single patch in Magoffin County. Now, if you get down in north of here, down towards Morgan County, Flemensburg, that area, you'll still see some tobacco.
You can grow it. Anybody can grow it. It's just not government subsidized anymore.
Yeah,
you're on your own. You know, if it brings 10 cents. And listen, don't even get me started on raising tobacco.
No, that's
the
tough.
worst job in the world.
Well, I think we've all worked in tobacco.
It's a year-round job, and it is brutal.
I done it when I was real young.
It is brutal. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Was there a Weisskopf store around 40 years ago? Yes, that is Clint Weisskopf store over on Route 30, a little red building. It was here long after 40 years ago. Old man Clint Weisskopf ran it. His wife's name was Lulie. And, that was where I grew up. My first store experience was at Clint Weisskopf store. Later on down the road, the other way.
There was another one.
Bob Sayers had a little store right across from your house, sir, John, right up the road from your house.
Yeah.
Bob Sayers had a little store there.
The first
little apartment building is.
The little white building.
Yeah, right
the
there.
The first place I ever
that didn't stay in business
seen or
long,
bought firecrackers was at Clint Weisskopf store.
Yeah, that store definitely there. The building's still there, and it was the staple of the community. Some years after that, Ray Barnett and his wife put a store right on up the road there, close to Clint's, and that was I think Ray's wife was some of Clint's people. And then down the road, across right where the little white apartment is there, that was Bob Sayers' store right across from your house.
I remember that store.
Clint Weisskopf store is very real and a staple in our memory.
It used to have a gas
there were gas pumps there
for
at
a minute.
Time.
Even
Actually,
when I was a kid.
Bob and Toot run that for
that's
a while.
been a while ago.
Bob and Tootie did run that as an auction.
Tell us where y'all from out there. I'm seeing some people I don't know.
Now, guys, we'll see all the comments if you watching on the Farmhouse Diner page. But I can see some of the comments on the group on my computer, but Don can't see those. So
Here's a good topic that we'll get on tonight, and we can all touch on this. This says Southern men are different. Are they different than Northern men? I love how you respect women and don't blackguard in front of us or act ugly. Why do you think Southern men are so different? Did you instill these traits in your sons? Well, I don't have a son, but if I had, I sure would have, because they ain't nothing no more pitiful than a foul-mouthed man around women and children. It makes me sick.
Yeah, I don't know.
We touched on a little bit texting today, and I was just like, I don't think it's Northern or Southern thing. I think it's just pure raising.
Yeah, but I think it's more of a Southern gentleman.
I'd say it is.
You ever heard of that gentlemanly thing? Is that a word? To be more courteous and respectful. I think we got a little bit more respect in the South and in the hills. Because if you didn't, you get backhanded.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If I said something, Mom would say, you don't quit talking them bad words. She called it. Now, I'm going to get on this topic. It's a little bit odd, but it ain't. But she said blackyarding. Now, that's what we call it. She said, you're a blackyard. He's a blackyarder. Yeah. But I read up on that. It's actually called blackguarding, I think. And it's a real thing. And it means the same word, using bad words.
Yeah, blackguard.
But I think we are more gentlemanly than most people because we was raised that way, and you just be nice to people. Well, now I'm sure there's some here that ain't, but
it's taught to you.
It was just I've been in situations before. I'll tell you this story. We went up to Michigan, me and Tony and Doug and Kurt, and we was at this outdoor concert. You remember that, Tony?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Hit about 100. Yeah. So I got to want to use the bathroom, and there's about 3 lines for these porta potties, and I get almost up there, and there's a woman in front of me, and Tony and all of them behind me. I know they're behind me, I didn't even have to look. And so it was her turn to go in, and this guy just runs up and
cuts in front of the women.
Cuts in front of that woman. I said, hey, buddy, I said, which I knew you all were behind me. I was acting like a big man. He's a pretty good-sized boy, too. And I said, hold on now. I said, where we come from, you don't do that, buddy. And I look around, there ain't nobody there. But they left.
Tony
and
left.
I was saying, please,
come back.
And just lucky, I was lucky. He just walked off.
Well, he ought to have been embarrassed.
Well, I
acting that
mean,
way.
I don't know.
Two good stories for me. I'll tell you about the topic. First off, I was about 8 years old and I got poison ivy where you ought not to get poison ivy.
Oh.
And it was itching me to death.
Uh-oh.
And me and Daddy was over stock sale. That's where everybody went back in the day. You know, the stock sale.
The stock
He was
sale.
trading dogs, and there's two old women come up out on the dog lot there talking to him. Son, I was itching terrible bad. I mean, terrible. I went to digging. You know, like a little boy would do, and listen, he smacked me in the back of the head so hard, boys, that I fell right flat down. Well, he reached over and picked me up, and he said, son, you don't dig at yourself in front of women. He said, what's the matter with you? And I never forgot that.
I just think it's something to do with the hills and the southern people. I really do. I think we're different, and I think it's a good thing, to have respect for anybody and everybody, not just women.
Yeah. One other one I got, Don, I was this ain't been that long ago. They had a sale on bloomers and undergarments over at one of the stores in Paintsville, and I was over there, and I was going to go in and get Amanda some bloomers and undergarments.
Yeah.
So I'm in a hurry, and I'm aggravated about having to do it anyway, So I bust through the door, and as I'm busting through, these two old women are coming out. Well, I just bust and blow right on past them. Well, I hear them, son. As I'm going in, they're going out. She said, I can hear that one. She said, you think of that thing. Said, a young man like that. Said, didn't hold the door open for us. Said, just blow past us. Said, you think he ain't got no manners? I wonder who raised him. I could hear them saying that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh, my God, And it bothered me so bad that I run them down in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I said, now listen. I said, I heard what you said. I said, let me tell you, you're right. I said, I was in a hurry. I wasn't paying no attention. I said, I apologize. And I made them stand there until they got ready to get in their vehicle so I could open their car door for me. They was right. I was in the wrong. You don't do that. That's beautiful. But, yeah, definitely, I don't know if it's a southern thing or a common sense thing, but I can't imagine anybody that wants to talk ugly in front of women and children. I don't see the point in it.
I've met people around here that do it. Like I'm just like, you want to calm down for a minute. What are you doing?
Yeah, Thank you, Cousin JR, for your support.
Seriously, I don't know.
I know a lot of us hold the door open for people at gas stations, too. I catch myself doing it all the time.
It's automatic for me.
I'm like,
I don't know. I don't even think about it.
I was like, I'm just doing it.
I let somebody go in front of me. It's just automatic. Maybe we're just nice people. I don't know.
I don't know what it hurts to be nice.
It don't hurt anything.
There you go, Tony.
And we could all be a little nicer to each other in this world we live in. It don't hurt nothing to go out of the way a little bit.
I open the door for strangers I've never met in my life at gas stations because I'll see them running. I'm like, somebody hold the door open for me.
And the old timers used to call it hi-hatting. Somebody thought they was better than you. They'd say, look at that hi-hatting SOB. I've heard them say it. My own self. Don, I know Don has too. You don't hi-hat people. And what hi-hatting means in Appalachian terminology is that they're holding their head up like they're better than you. And the other saying for it, Don, was, that right there, if it come a rain, it'd drown. It's got its nose stuck side there,
Yeah. Yeah, turn their nose up.
Yeah.
Turn your nose
up. No, a little kindness and niceness ain't going to hurt nobody.
And somebody asked a question, I think she asked a question, Marcia, her number one question, ask her about, what was it? I forget it now. Forget it. About being, if you was being nice or lying, if you're, is it bad to lie here's what I got to say about that. I can't explain it. But sometimes, here's the way I feel about that. Sometimes a lie is a kindness.
Is it okay
better,
if
kindness is better than the truth? Is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes, because I've seen some ugly babies. You know what I'm saying?
Example, me and you the other day, my wife asked me a biblical question about something, she wanted to know about, and I told her the truth. I just give it to her the truth, just right out blunt, and she cried. And Don said, well, you could have handled that a little different. I said, well, I just told her the truth.
Sometimes the truth will set you free, brother. I know.
You are taught respect. My parents are from Magoffin and Breathitt from Indiana.
Oh, awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
I see another good topic here, too. When you were teenagers, did you think you knew everything just to realize you knew nothing?
Oh, yeah.
When I was a teenager, I thought that my dad was the craziest man on earth. He'd say things, little things like, he'd look at me and I never forget one day he said, now, son, don't trade your woman and children for another man's. And me, 18 years old, I said, what in the heck is he talking about? But now at my age, I understand exactly what he meant. In other words, at my age, you've got children. If you get divorced and somebody else, and you get with another woman, they've got children. So basically, if it happens, you're trading your woman and children for somebody else's.
Pretty much.
I mean, it makes sense to me now. So everything he said now makes sense to me. But back then, no, I thought he was crazy, and I knowed it all.
Really, I was probably a little bit different. I was a listener usually. I listened a lot. My papa once told me, "You already know what you know. If you shut up, you might learn something." But I always was a listener. I really didn't think I was smarter. No, on my part, I didn't.
So you was more like the wise old bird. I said the other day. I said the wise old owl sat on an oak.
Yeah.
The more he heard, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Wasn't he a wise old bird?
There you go. I don't know about that. I weren't thinking on that deep with it. I just always was kind of, I sat back and listened a lot. I love being. I tell you what was different with me though. Maybe I think you're somewhat like that too, Tony. Is I gravitated toward older people even when I was younger. I like to be around the older people. Whatever they're doing. Don't know why. I like to be around people my own age, of course, but if it was, I like just sitting around listening to people. Older people.
Don, here's a good one for you. What is the most important advice you would give to young people?
Wow. Oh, Lord, I don't know.
Can't you be like that bird?
To young people right now is, and they won't listen because now I wouldn't listen either. I mean, you just
can't.
feel like you're right at the time.
Yep.
But the first thing I would do is tell them to listen to their parents if they got any sense. If they ain't, then go to somebody else that you respect, and try to get your life right with the Lord, at a young age. I think that's important. I'm struggling a little bit on this because I'm not one to give advice too much. Just remember that everything is not as bad as it seems, and there's nothing as good as it seems at the time. If you can just get past the initial shock of whatever you're going through, it's not that nothing as important as it seems to be at the time.
Can we put that on a T-shirt?
What?
Can we put that on a T-shirt?
Can we put that on a T-shirt?
It's not as bad as it seems, but it ain't as good as it seems neither.
That's right. It's not.
I've got some advice.
Nothing is. That can be advice for anybody.
Now, see, I've recently coached middle school football, and I still coach baseball here and there. And all these young kids, I don't know where in the world they've got this from lately, but they want instant gratification for doing nothing.
Well, I think it's the time we live in. It's a me generation.
They think that they're going to wake up tomorrow and be able to throw a baseball from third to first base perfect. Well, then they get plumb upset when they don't do it. I'm just like, you haven't even practiced. Where do you get this idea from? My son's the world's worst for it. And I would suggest that kids really need to learn some kind of skill, and they have to know, they have to know that it takes work to be good at something. Like, you don't just wake up one day and good at throwing a baseball.
It's a give me me situation and world we live in. It even not just kids. Everybody's wanting that.
You don't wake up one day and bench 300 pounds. It just don't happen. You've had to do work once upon a time in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't want to make you cry. I've made somebody cry here, boy. I'm sorry. But
don't make me cry. Seriously.
Some of these questions, guys, we take questions from people, and we're going to try to answer them. What is your greatest accomplishment? That's easy for me, my wife, and my daughter. And I guess I've not accomplished my wife, but I'm so thankful to have her. And our daughter is our greatest accomplishment. She is the perfect mixture of us both. She's got the traits from me that she needs, but then thank God she's got the traits from her mother that she mean and looks and all that.
I'll have to go along with that. I mean, my greatest accomplishment are my kids.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm still waiting. I'm going to do something later. Give me time.
Besides kids, I've done one thing cool. I thought I'd done one thing cool in my life, and that was doing the Tough Mudder competition before my son was born.
The what?
The Tough Mudder competition.
Mudder as in mutton? Like
Tough mud. Tough mudder.
Mudder.
Yeah.
Mudder. Got it. Mudder.
I've never seen that.
It was a 12-mile,
endurance type deal?
Endurance thing with obstacle courses and everything, and I completed it.
Oh,
good.
I done that before Bentley was born. It was one of the coolest things ever done.
There you go. Well, that's something to be proud of.
Yeah. then it's just downhill after that.
If if you can make your bed and be proud of it, that's good.
Well, yeah, anything.
But you got to take pride in everything you do.
I think that's the important thing too. I think it'd be something I'd give advice to somebody.
Take pride in what you do. Do it right.
If you no matter what job you got, do it just like it's the best thing you've ever done.
I had a job one time, and I was making scale pay, big pay, and I was a big old boy, and they couldn't find a harness to hold my weight, so I couldn't really climb, because the harnesses wasn't weighted for my weight at the time. And superintendent comes to me, and he says, "Now, son," he said, "I've got a job for you." Now, he said, "You probably ain't going to like it." I said, "What is it?" He said, "Well, I need you to go out there and organize the tool room." I said, "Oh, what's that pay?" "Oh, you make the same thing." I said, "Perfect, right up my alley." Well, son, I go out here and I work on this tool room. I organize this. I take me a notepad. I label every single thing. Well, we was on a union job. Well, the project manager comes around with the other superintendents, and they seen what his tool room looked like, and the other superintendents got to ribbing him about it. Now, he said, "I can't stand it." He said, "They're calling me a suck." He said, "Son, what?" He said, "Would it be too much to ask you to go put that back the way it was?" I said, "What's that pay?" He said, "Oh, you make scale just like everybody." I said, "Right up my alley, son. Perfect." Well, the next day he comes to me. Now, he said, "Listen, I know you can't climb, but I want to keep you here," because he said, "You do anything I asked you to do." He said, "You care to clean the porta johns and get the porta johns tied up?" Said, "They're in terrible shape." I said, "What's that pay?" "Oh, you make scale?" I said, "Right up my alley." Yeah. Point being, as long as they are paying me, I do whatever they want me to do.
Yeah, that's the way I am.
I never did ask why.
No.
If they want me to move this pile of gravel over here and move it back, I've seen people get so upset over that.
Yeah.
That's why what do you want me to do that for? It's just busy work, really.
I don't care.
Sweep the floor for a second. I've been told to sweep the floor before.
Most people have a problem with that, though.
They do.
They really do. Yeah. They got to know why.
We got a million questions here, guys.
Got a billion questions.
We're trying to. Who's your favorite singer? That's a good one.
Oh, that's tough.
That's hard.
Favorite singer?
Yeah.
Favorite? What kind of singer?
Well,
let's whittle it down to that.
Singer probably would be. It's got to be, if I'm talking about who's the best musician, I've got to lean towards Conway or Elvis with the best.
Kanye West.
Who?
Kanye West.
Twitty.
Who? Who's he talking about?
You'll be okay, John.
Oh, Conway Twitty.
How old are you, boy?
Edit this out, son. Edit that out. Conway Twitty.
Conway Twitty.
Conway Twitty.
That's like Kanye West.
Hey, you throwed the whole show off here. I'm done. But anyway.
What do you think, Don? See, so I got a laugh from our audience.
You say Kanye.
Kanye.
Well, he can't sing.
Kanye Twitty.
I was like,
That's Conway's brother. That's his brother.
I
was confused. I was like, Tony's favorite singer is Kanye.
All right. Conway Twitty.
Conway.
Or Elvis were probably the greatest vocal singers that I've ever heard. Earl Thomas Conley's music touches me in the way I've lived my life more than anybody as far as the words of his song.
Well, he just sings so pitiful.
Yeah.
He sings so pitiful.
Where are you at on that?
My favorite artist is Kanye.
My favorite singer? Gosh, I got so many different. When I was growing up, when I had my first car and I had my 8-track tape hanging underneath that dash and it a flopping just like this every time you hit a hole, I had a big 8-track tape box, full of tapes. I had everything from Ralph Stanley to Led Zeppelin. I didn't have nobody.
Yeah.
And it was just whatever mood I was in, and I loved it all. Influence on me, I'm going way back here, but the first music I ever remember hearing when I was about 6 years old probably, my dad would turn it on every morning, was the Flat and Scruggs show. Lester Flat and Earl Scruggs. Martha White, self-rising flour, for the finest biscuits ever was.
For the best self-rising flour in the land, Martha White, self-rising flour.
One all-purpose flour, Martha White self-rising flour with hot rice plus.
You remember the Lum and Abner show?
No, I've heard that, but Lester Flat and Scruggs. I'll even go back to Hank Williams Sr. Then, of course, when I got older, my always had music around the house. My sister, she's about 7 years older than me, so I put her right in teenage years with the Beatles. When the British invasion, the Beatles, Elvis, of course, Jerry Lee Lewis.
Great ball far.
Country was, Merle, Johnny Cash. I can't pin it down. I just George Jones. I mean,
the posse.
You really knew who was singing if you turned it on. I could go over here and listen to Freebird, and I knew it was Leonard Skinner, and I'd switch it to country, and you didn't have to say who is that. It was Johnny or George or Conway or somebody, Loretta. It was just simpler then and better. And I think a lot of 50s, 60s, and 70s music was chemically induced. I mean, made them better. I really do, seriously, because the government did a study with LSD back in the day. When that was supposed to be a secret, and they let these artists or just plain normal people paint or do things normal, and they give them a hit of acid, and they was a lot more creative. And I mean, that has to be where it comes from.
Oh Lord,
John,
what you got?
Favorite musician? I don't know. That's a hard question. I mean, I like all your guys that you mentioned. CCR is real good.
You still like the old stuff, John? Would you go
those.
favorite?
Yeah,
would that be
I like
a favorite
70s,
to you
80s.
other than something?
I like
later?
80s.
He named
80s
CCR.
really good.
That's Don Cecil's favorite band. So
CCR is
Well, I was just
awesome.
curious, though. Is it still young people? Are they still in the oldies?
See, I ain't too young now, Don. I'm almost 40 now.
Yeah, what's young to me?
It is young to you.
But what I'm saying is, do you still like the classic like I do?
Yeah.
Or is there somebody new?
I mean, I really don't like anything hardly new.
That's interesting. That's what I was wondering. And
I like 80s, 90s. I like early 2000s. Then it kind of just drops off for me after that.
I found that to be true with a lot of
the only genre of music that well, of course, now
that's a big word there you're trying to use there.
Genre. I'm talking about, let's say, from the year 1995 back.
Bob Seger.
The only genre of music that I don't know is the 80s, like the punk, the hair rock, like Whitesnake, that sort of, like that. I don't know that genre of music.
Whitesnake and
rock.
Poison.
Yeah, 80s rock.
Okay, I like 80s rock pretty good.
I'm versed in the 70s. I'm good on the 60s, 50s, of course, Buddy Holly and all that stuff. But
Lord, she's
I'm an
getting the
expert
stuff
on
ready.
country anywhere from.
She's getting our cuisine ready.
Oh, dear God. I'm an expert on.
Don't even want to look at
I'm an expert on country anywhere up to like the year 2010 probably, but I don't know the 80s punk rock bands. Whitesnake, here I go again.
I love that song, Tony.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, that's me right now.
No, man, see, she knows she's excellent on the 80s. So when we're doing like music trivia, I smoke her on bluegrass.
Yeah.
She don't get bluegrass. But anywhere in the 1980s rock genre, she smokes me,
Yeah. Well,
of course, I watched Top Gun. I mean, I did. I watched.
I like the big hair.
There's a genre you guys probably don't even know that I actually really like, and it's called. It's basically electronic music. It's called dubstep. You ever heard of dubstep before?
What is that?
It's just like hard beats and like big drops.
Who plays it?
Like there's a guy called Skrillex.
Well, that sounds about right.
Skrillex.
Got a beat to it?
Skrillex.
Is it a beat? Like
It's beats. It's big, heavy drops.
Okay.
Like if you got like
Skrillex.
kind of like
if you got-
disco on acid.
It's probably crazier than that. It's like it's really
Is it
high
instruments
beats
or
for
just all like
it's all electronic music.
So nobody's actually playing an instrument.
They
what
make
do
it
you,
with a program called Fruity Loops.
Well, what do you think about this? What do you think about this AI stuff coming out that
Yeah,
they can? I got me. I can sing with Elvis. You know, or
So they make it with Fruity
have
Loops.
you seen that,
That's
Tony?
the program. It's called Fruity Loops.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, actually,
Elvis singing Alan Jackson songs or vice versa.
Let me give you a little taste of dubstep.
Okay.
Yeah, let's have it. Right quick. Shoot it to us, baby.
Dubstep, kind of like a two-step.
Can you broadcast it out where the people can
Yeah,
hear it?
they'll be able to hear it.
Dubstep.
Yeah, dubstep.
Skrillex. Let's
Is
see.
it like techno? And
It's basically techno, but with heavier
I've heard
drops.
of techno. Man, you know what dubstep is? Pepper. Matters.
Is it easy to dance to, John Marcia says?
You can get
I
into
mean,
it.
how would you do it? Would it be like a disco,
No.
you know, or
Let's
would
see.
it
Let's
be
get.
something just like
I don't want to get
chant,
demonetized.
like
So
a
we'll
jungle
kinda,
beat? Boom, boom, boom.
this is dubstep.
Well, it's not bad. Let's do a little more of that.
Well, it won't let us play too long.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to get to a good drop here. But there.
Well, I mean,
What the?
that's kind of like
That's electronic, like heavy beats.
electronic rap.
It sounds real good. Is it easy to dance to, John?
I'm a smelling.
Tony's smiling. He's like, what in the world is John listening?
You could do that, Tony. You could
It
get
sounds
a,
real good with
look
like,
here.
I quit drinking.
That's what I was saying.
I'd have to, I
Two
couldn't do
two
that.
pictures of the good stuff like you do.
I
You'd be
quit
out there
drinking, I
dubstepping,
couldn't
man.
do that.
That's terrible.
Dubstepping. And my favorite singer really is R.D. McDaniel.
Well, yeah, of course.
You know.
You are a big RD fan.
Yes, I am. I love it.
See, I didn't figure you guys would like that music.
Well,
I do like it, John. It's
I
okay.
want-
I can listen to that.
I want to
You can listen to that.
Yes, absolutely.
It sounds good with heavy like bass.
Well, here's
like,
my
if you got subwoofers.
Here's
and
You give me
stuff.
some cheese and crackers,
Let's have a debate.
some
about it.
commodity cheese and
Here will be
crackers.
my
I could
problem
listen to
with
that.
Listen, here's my problem. Where's the artistry? Where's the musician? Where's the vocalist?
Good point.
Where's
That's a
the
good
person
point.
They
out
do
there?
have song. They do sing in some of them.
Now, that looked like a young and a squalling to me.
That was a
video, Tony.
sound clip that Skrillex grabbed from like a woman screaming at somebody, and he put it in that song.
Where's the person that came up playing in the bars, came up on
No,
the
they-
sides of the roads collecting money, and finally got the big record deal? There's no artistry in that. That's my problem with it. That's all I say.
There is no music like instrument.
No talent.
Oh,
I still think there's talent.
You were talking.
There's
wait a
still
minute now.
talent
You
in
were
this.
talking earlier about how people expect to get something for nothing.
Well, this is hard to do though.
But you know as well as I do that if you're going to become a great guitar picker, you're going to start about 5 years old. You're going to work every day till your fingers bleed till you're grown to get there.
How do they make that music, John? Do they make
do
it on
They
computers?
make it on computers. It's
Okay.
it's a program,
I
and you
understand.
you take sound by like he might have made the sound and just tweaked it to make it sound.
I mean, what kind of drugs do you use with that? That's what I'm
Use any
talking about.
drug.
You know what I'm
Highly caffeinate. I am not a drug
Oh,
Jesus.
oh my God! Is it time?
user. So show the camera first.
Oh gosh!
Please take it to the camera. Let them see what we're about to get
I don't
into
know if I
here.
can do this or not.
I don't think I can.
Help me, Jesus.
Maybe I don't want to look at it.
You're gonna have to eat.
John always liked his heavy metal. Oh yeah, I do like some hard rock heavy metal. I don't like devil like worshiping heavy metal though.
Can you see it, John?
Oh well, Lord have mercy. Wait, let's see here.
Tune it in. I mean, focus it in on her there.
Up. There
There it
you
is.
go. It's in this.
So we've got hog's feet, sardines,
oh,
sauce,
that's
crackers.
bad.
You got mustard?
Thank you, Amanda.
Oh my God!
I'm sucking myself out. I don't think I can do it.
I can't. I know I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
Oh God, what is
The sardines is what I
what
do.
is that?
That's,
That's
sauce.
sauce meat. That'll be the best thing you eat.
Oh, I can't even take the smell of it right now. Oh, sorry, man, it's turning my stomach.
Take the mustard out and just pile it up in a pile for me, because I will get it all over me and all this stuff.
What are we doing to ourselves?
All right.
I need salt and pepper now. I promise I'll never get through it.
Oh Lord, I can't even take
Lay
the
the
smell
salt and pepper to everything.
God, it stinks.
I can't smell. Here's your bowl. Wait, here's our throw up drums.
Oh, I can't do this.
Where you going first? All right, guys. I'm gonna go with a piece.
Boy, I got a weak stomach.
Bring it over here. I'll show you how to eat that.
I'm telling you, I can't do it.
I'm from the head of paddle. First
Sauce
little
meat
fork.
going down. Out the sardine, I don't think I can.
Let me show you how to eat that sardine.
Oh, I'm dreading it bad.
I was raised on cornbread and well water. What are you talking about?
Don's got this.
Ain't no salt in that.
Oh dear Jesus!
It's all right though. We'll pepper that pretty good.
I can't bear to watch it.
Cut me a piece. Oh dear Jesus!
Let me see now. What I eat this with fingers? Oh, I don't need that.
Oh, that sauce got in my teeth.
Uh-oh. Go ahead, Tony. You gonna do it? Is this all sardines? Is this all sardines right here?
I'll eat the crackers.
Some are just in oil and then some are in
Let
mustard.
me show you something, Tony.
Babe, that ain't got nothing to chew on it.
Right.
What was that? The sardine? Oh, I'm dreading this so bad.
I can't swallow it. God darn.
Oh,
We'll get by the. What is this now? This Let me just eat this with my finger.
That's the hog foot.
Where you started? I never did eat one like this.
I'm a dread. I don't want to do this. John, don't do it.
Don't do it. Wait a minute. I'm gonna get it right here. Let me show you something. I can't get nothing. That's the toes. I was about on the toes.
It's making me puke. Watch Don eat it.
Let me show you.
The sardine I dread so bad.
I'd rather do the sardine than any of this.
Hold on. I'll tell you what.
Oh God.
You are dumb.
Anything pickled is good. I don't think so.
John,
Hold on.
Which one? I'll do one. I can't do it all. It'll make me. I promise I'll
you can
puke.
try Souse and sardine.
So I need to try the sauce. I can't.
This is bad.
Oh God! It don't even tear good.
Wait a minute.
What in the world? It's
Jailed.
can I do it with a cracker at least?
Amanda, there's a cat running around out there a minute ago. Would you go get it?
A what?
Cat, so I can lick its hind end and get this taste out of my mouth.
Oh, I dread this so bad.
I probably should have said that. I'm sorry.
You're tougher than that, Tony. John Brown Jr. said.
But, I mean, y'all never done that?
Goodness. Just don't think and eat, right? I'm dying to earn notebooks.
Ooh, the sardines.
Oh, sardines are great.
All right, I'm gonna try the sauce. I can't do the foot. That's just wrong. I don't even want to do the sauce.
The sauce will be good. You'll like it, okay. I'm past it now. I could eat it all now.
The sardines. Ooh.
The sardines is, look here, I've got it on my fingers. There's John. Don't throw up, John. Hold her, John. Hold what you got.
I'm crying. My eyes watering.
What did cause you to do that? Which one?
I don't know. Just the thought of it. I think.
Oh Jesus. Whoa, sardines every time I taste them.
Tony is struggling.
God darn.
And Tony the ball.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Boy, that's tough. I'm telling you what.
Did you eat it all? He's dying. So Tony, if you can't eat it, I know I can't eat it.
Well, you gonna eat?
I'll tell you what.
You're tougher than me when it comes to eating food. That's for sure.
Oh. Well, quit gagging because you're gonna make me throw up. Oh God!
Oh, it's up in there right now.
Them sardines are hideous. Who eats that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Eat it, John.
I gotta eat the sardine.
Look here, just kind of do it like this, swallow it.
I don't.
That's made my eyes water, boys. I can't stand that smell. Here,
Yeah, it's bad.
Tony. Alcohol.
Spray it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it on me.
Well, it
It's
won't
just
hurt.
alcohol, son. What you got's a lot worse than that.
Oh,
I didn't realize that Tony Allen is a city boy. Go.
no, it ain't no city boy. That sardines now, I don't like sardines. You can have them.
Ooh, that's sardine.
Ooh,
Come on, John.
I feel like I can take that better than the sauce.
You'll find out. Go ahead. Just grab it and go with it. That ain't too bad, is it, John? No, he's liking that.
No, so I could eat that.
More sardines over here.
Don't Cecil, he's sitting here.
I eat the sardines just fine.
What?
Don't Cecil loves them.
You want some sardines, Don? You love sardines?
Tastes like fish to me. I don't know.
It's okay.
Tony's in bad shape, boss.
I'm all right.
The sardines was worse for me.
Me
What about
too.
you?
Times 1,000.
Okay,
the,
yeah.
the sauce. So I guess I gotta take a bite of this since I've done it
If
all.
you can find a bite.
Yeah,
I
they,
It's
I
got an
tried-
all on that side.
I know it all
I
over.
see her on it. I can't eat that. I see her on it.
Well, yeah, that's part of it.
They,
Well,
my
there
head
ain't
shape's
no
cleaner than
extra.
that.
Ain't no charge for the hair.
I can't do that. It's furry.
Well, pig's feet.
Ooh, where do you buy that?
Look here, I was knowing on the actual little toes.
I'm dreading it.
Just get you by this right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
It ain't got no taste, John.
meatballs, huh?
It don't have much taste. This poor people food here. I mean, it really is. That's what it started from. This Hog's Head South was the poor people that got the hog's head.
Didn't have too bad a taste.
Like the slaves. Like
the hoof.
Yeah.
For me, the hoof was the best that we tried.
That wasn't too bad. That was like eating almost like a pork rind.
The Souse is too jello-y.
Yeah, the South made me sick when I got a gel. I feel like I was thinking about brains.
It's the leftover parts. You know, that's what the poor people got.
I ate it. I ate a piece of everything, so I'm proud of myself.
It was
Get it away from here.
It was a slave dish. That's how it got started. And European dish. You
the
know,
hot jelly bean challenge now. No,
Can we save it to next week?
we can't.
Guys, she's going to randomly pick a couple winners out of our broadcast tonight.
Oh
We'll
man,
get those announced for you just a minute.
Kirk McDaniel, our cousin's calling this week, Tom.
Yeah. We want to thank you all for tuning in.
Come on, boys, man up.
We appreciate you.
we
more
ain't
than
quit,
you know.
have we? What time is it?
It is 8:05 right now,
We're
so
gonna
we've
go a
been
little
about
bit
over an
longer.
hour.
She's going to pick a couple of winners.
I can't get that smell off of me.
That sardines.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
that's what
just,
it
I
is.
mean, but
The sardines didn't hurt me as bad as the sauce.
here's a good question that goes along with what we're doing here, God help us. Why is laughter important? In the world we live in,
I hope somebody laughed.
laughter is all that can keep us going. Second to Jesus Christ
You
and
gotta
our
have-
salvation.
You got to laugh.
But
you
you
got to
got
laugh
you
at
got to laugh.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
You got to laugh because it's all we got, and that's the reason we do this, guys. We ain't making no money doing this. We come down here, we all work. You know, most of the nights when we come down here and do this, me and John and Don, we're all killed. Don,
I
has to
don't
go
do
home.
nothing.
Killed Tony.
Don has to go home and rest.
Yeah, he's got to rest up all week for this.
John works all day.
Thursday and Friday.
We do it because we do it for the laughs. And
Yeah, I hope
enjoy
we
it.
made
have
somebody laugh tonight.
And you know, I mean, and there are going to be times when we don't understand each other. You know, like I don't understand John's music thing. and I don't understand how you can confuse Kanye West and Conway Twitty. I mean, I don't even know how to go into that.
Kanye. Conway, Kanye.
I mean, you know, I mean, when you're talking about a great vocalist, you know, I don't know.
Well, some people think Kanye's the best singer of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Find me somebody.
I didn't think you did. That's why I was confused.
Just ask him. Ask him, he'll tell you.
He's got a new name now, don't he? What's his new name?
X or
Uno
something.
or
I
something
don't
like
know. I don't know.
Yee.
Yeah, there you go.
Yee. Yeah, yee.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, if Kim left me, I'd be mad too.
Make my eyes water.
Come on, boys, man. When a person gets hungry enough, they will eat almost anything.
Absolutely.
I love Souse.
You know, and South meat, I love South meat.
The sardines were my problem with the whole cuisine.
Let me go through some of
I
these.
can do the South. I can do the South. I can do the hog's feet. Actually, ain't bad. It's just like a ham hock, honestly. It's
Yeah.
But
Get plenty of mustard. I have ate all but
Sardines.
pig's feet, but looks good.
I can't.
Made me laugh so
like
hard.
I say, it's, you know, it's poor people dish. How it got started.
I like jazz music and some blues.
Poor people gets the leftovers.
You know, I
never got into jazz or blues, really.
When we took Clara a couple of springs ago to Memphis, of course, that's the birthplace of the blues, you know.
Yeah.
And you're talking about jazz music and the blues, and we got to visit a little place there where they were playing the blues live, you know. And I actually liked the blues. It was pretty good.
I love the blues.
Muddy Waters, some of the greats, you know,
I could
that had
listen
passed
to
through. It was
them
on
all the
Beale
time.
Street, Don.
I sing
Beale
the blues all the time.
I remember that one. And goodbye, Charlie's got the blues.
Yeah, I love the blues now. Blues hard to beat.
Tinker said if you have any South left, save it for him. Pick it up tomorrow.
Hey, Tinker, that's my brother-in-law. Tony's, that's my brother-in-law.
My great
Listen,
uncle.
Clyde.
I promise you this, people. Tinker Hard makes the best hog's head sauce I ever ate. And I've ate some of it, and he's super good at making hog's head sauce. I mean,
For
he
all
can
of
make
you that
a
don't know,
he
he's been
could
a little under the weather.
he can make a living, and he's a little bit sick right now, but
I
he'll
heard
come
he
out
was
of
sick.
it.
Hope he gets to feeling
And
better.
I'm glad you're tuning in old buddy.
That's actually Jewel there.
Jewel,
Your
Jewel.
sister.
That's my sister, Joy. Yeah. Okay. And that's my brother-in-law. I've got one sister. He's my favorite brother-in-law of all time, you know. And,
Oh,
he makes great hogshead sauce.
I had Jules' class for computers, Don. If you ever want where I started playing around with computers at.
There you go. What about that? Yeah.
That in the bank.
All right, guys, we've got 2 winners this week, and these are picked randomly from our engagement on our Facebook. Visit our page, Farmhouse Diner, like and share. Follow if you've not already. Probably most of you have if you're not, but we'll be picking winners from our engagement, who's liking and sharing and following. And for our free Appalachian Connection t-shirt, which will be here
She said this week.
this week, so should be tomorrow. Rachel Trusty is going to be our winner.
Rachel Trusty.
Rachel Trusty. I think that used to fish with us. Her husband did about years ago.
Oh, yeah, my cousin.
And
Eric.
for the $25 store credit at Creekside Stitching and More, Fanny Isaac.
Oh, way to go. Congratulations.
And like I said, we're going to do it different every week. Sometimes we'll do the call-in. The girls get a kick out of that, these younger girls, because they ain't never had to call in
I think
on the
that's
radio
awesome,
and try to
yeah.
win a free pizza.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So back in my day, they used to have singing contests, and my brother was a pretty good singer. I never could carry a tune in a bucket, but I'd get him to call in and try to sing and win the free pizzas all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
remember
did
them
great.
days?
I did
Yeah.
great balls of fire one time on
Yeah.
that. On the Country
You shake
Cousins
my nerves
show.
and you
Country
rattle my
Cousins.
brain.
You're gonna love that man.
It kills me that we don't have a radio station now. It's weird
Yeah.
to me.
Well, I think the radio has gone the way of a lot of other things that we grew up with.
This is
It's
basically
just
the new radio show.
the technology is obsolete. You know, it's just not.
We're
It's
gonna-
not important anymore.
I just know I'm not going to be able to play dubstep
Very
on here
important.
much.
Very
am I?
important. Very
We'll
important.
let you play what you want to, John.
Keep sending us these topics. Keep sending.
Yeah.
And now listen, we all three blow up an onion sack, but we run out of stuff to say. So keep sending us these topics. We greatly appreciate it. We touched on a bunch tonight.
Yeah.
We'll keep touching on them randomly, but keep sending these topics because it really helps us.
Thank y'all so much for
Thank you
tuning
for
in. You don't
tuning in.
understand how this has gave me something to do, and it's helped my life.
It's awesome.
That's deep.
That was
I
deep,
try not to
Don.
get I try not to get serious radio much.
serious.
But, I promise you it has, and I appreciate y'all so much.
And it's opened up, like I said, for instance, like here's the thing about it, me and John getting confused with Kanye and Conway.
I just don't.
I just can't get that out of my mind.
We don't rehearse nothing, as you can see, and we
It's
just
all
play.
live.
We just play off each other, and we don't even discuss this. But like 10 minutes before we sit down here.
And we try to take your all's topics and do the best with them. Like I said, we ain't real funny and we ain't real smart, but we what you got.
Speak for yourself.
This is it. This is what you got.
What you got?
You guys have a blessed night, and remember, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, live music stream. We'll have several
Live
new
music.
musicians down here. God bless you,
Yeah,
everyone.
come help us out, Lord.
Yeah.
If you're local, or if you want to drive from Michigan or Indiana or wherever, West Virginia, if you're local, if you sing, play, you're more than welcome. We'd love to have
Clabber me.
you. God bless you, each one.
Yeah,
We
God bless
appreciate
you, and pray for each other, and all the way. Peace.
We'll leave the light on the kitchen for you.
So, guys, you can find us at www.appalachiaconnection.com. Be sure to join the Appalachian Connection group on Facebook. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, podcast, and everything now. And this will be up whenever I get a chance.
Get that sardine taste up my mouth. Let's go.
Well, guys, that's it. And episode 6 is complete.